liberty, and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Mr. Toth.
Yes. Mr. Biro Patel.
Here.
Mr. Romano.
Here.
Ms. Peng.
Here.
Ms. White.
Here.
Mr. Schneider.
Here.
Mr. Rivera.
Here.
Mr. Vishal Patel.
Here.
Ms. Anjana Patel.
Here.
Mr. Lugo. All right, showtime.
Right, thank you. Opening statement.
Yes, in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the Edison Township Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Board of Education Administrative Office. Copies of this notices were sent to the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger.
Thank you. Next, we have strategic plan update by, is it Dr. Tui or Mr. Cohen?
Is Dr.
Dr.
Thomas
Tui?
Tui.
Okay.
Here he is, making a grand entrance.
Tui.
Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you for the opportunity. Dr. A's got me on a clock here. This is really exciting stuff, and I could talk all night. So I know you have business to get to, and we'll try to be quick. Number one, the wellness pillar of our strategic plan really was a group effort. If you look at the individuals that were on this committee, we have everybody from central office administrators to building principals, supervisors, parents, local physicians. So a lot of the input that's reflected in this plan does come directly from that group. And as we'll talk a little bit about tonight, even more individuals from throughout the district have gotten involved as we move forward. So at the end of the day, wellness was identified as one of the second highest responses on our survey. And the way the district intends to approach that topic is by setting some goals associated with addressing the wellness of our students and staff. Number one, our primary responsibility as educators is to ensure that all of our kids and all of our staff experience a physically and emotionally safe environment. Number two, we really want to take a look at how to alleviate some of the stress and anxiety that we're experiencing as a community, families, students, staff. And then finally, just like every other district or every other school in the nation, we are struggling with recruitment and retention, and how we can look at our processes to improve retention throughout the district. So it sounds like three little things, but when you get into the weeds on it, the strategies that we have established to address these three goals are actually pretty expansive. There's a lot to do. What we wanted to do tonight was pull a few out that 3 months into a 5-year plan, we've actually made some progress on. We have a little bit of traction. But before we do, and I know Dr. Aldarelli plans on talking a little bit more about this tonight, just to let the Board of Education and the broader community know that all of the pillars in our strategic plan are going to be tracked publicly on our dashboard that's located on our website. So, you know, just from a transparency standpoint, you can see how the district is making progress towards the identified goals and strategies. There are just some snippets from ours, but again, district website under our district and strategic plan. I think it went live today, and anybody in the community can see where we go. So the ones we pulled out. Number one, a big push from our committee was the expansion of the guidance department at the elementary level. And primarily that's because we're looking at roughly a 1 to 900 guidance counselor to student ratio in our elementary schools. It's also because that really everyone, including myself, needs somebody they can rely on. You need somebody to carry you when you can't carry yourself, right? And our guidance counselors at the elementary level aren't really able to do that because of the administrative responsibilities they have. They're involved in HIB investigation, behavioral threat assessment, and the way we've been supplementing that as a district is using contracted agencies. These are licensed clinical social workers that directly address the mental health needs of our students. We can do that ourselves. So what you see up here is a draft job description. In no attempt are we trying to preempt the board here, but something we intend to propose, which creates a separate designation of guidance counselors that we've named a student wellness and support coordinator. This individual will carry a caseload and work directly on issues that are affecting students in their classroom. Big one, and I'm going to cruise through here because we have a few at the end that are really exciting. Dr. Aldarelli said it multiple times, and he's not wrong. A happy staff room equals a happy classroom. There's research from all over the country to indicate that student outcomes are better when our teachers are well taken care of. So we've just started this process, but we're looking to leverage our existing PD structure and also provide voluntary incentive-based programs for our staff so we can help them wherever they may need it. Now, we have a wheel up there, whether it's occupational or like PD support, physical wellness initiatives, emotional or mental health support, or, man, financial support. As a new educator, I certainly would have loved to known how to navigate like the pension system and 403Bs, things of that nature. But again, plans for this are staff development and admin training in winter of '25. Our staff development office has been pretty involved in this so far, and although we're just going to be dipping our toe into this initiative in spring of '25, we're really excited about it. There are models throughout the state that we're going to try to turn around and replicate in this district, but like everything else, the scope here in Edison creates some unique challenges, but I'm confident with the people we have working on this that we can get there. Another item that came out of our plan was an idea of not only assessing for student mental health needs, but embedding the interventions through our MTSS program. And our MTSS program is multi-tiered systems of support. Typically, when we say MTSS, we think academic support, but we're learning pretty quickly, especially in the post-COVID world, that just as an example, if you have a third grader that's struggling to read, well, we can throw all of the literacy interventions in the world at that child, but if they're struggling with trauma or they feel unsafe in their home, they're not going to be able to learn that skill. So providing these mental health supports through our multi-tiered system support is something that's really crucial. Additionally, the committee discussed doing a universal anonymous screener, which you'll see this reflected in our plan all the time. Our first step is to evaluate models in other districts, and in doing that work, we learned very quickly that very often anonymous screeners don't really yield the data you're looking for in order to address these needs on the MTSS pyramid. So enter Mr. Cohen, really appreciate it. He put with Portrait of a Graduate, put a nice meeting together for us the other day. And right now, we're leaning towards looking at more of a skills-based assessment to determine where our students function or fall in terms of executive functioning skills. So more to come on that item, but knowing that we're linking sort of the academic and social emotional support side of our district together is great. This one's done. This was great. Our committee asked for a link, or I'm sorry, not a link, but a resource hub for state, local, and federal resources. If I need help, how do I get it? We were able to combine a number of documents that we already have and kind of poached from the county and got this together. It's ready for publication. I'm working with Ms. Daniel right now to find a good spot for it on our site. We talked about staff retention earlier. Again, our plan over and over again talks about how we need to review what we currently have. And in terms of mentorship and orientation, our staff development department has actually put a pretty robust structure together, but it requires minor tweaks. And my department, our department, our special services department is probably the biggest culprit. What I mean by minor tweaks is that when we onboard people with highly specific roles, child study team members, teachers of the deaf, behaviorists, paraprofessionals, their onboarding and orientation experience should look different than a fourth grade general education teacher or an AP Calc teacher. Revising those initiatives are something that this department, or I'm sorry, this plan is calling for. These are the two big ones that we're really, really excited about. Number one, getting a group like that in a room together. We very quickly identified that our enrollment department, and in particular our attendance officers, are immediately in touch with some of our most at-risk families. And one of the issues that they run into is they don't have the resources or the expertise to connect those families with help. So again, we have a draft job description, borrowing from the law enforcement model of a co-responder, to put higher credentialed people in our enrollment department to go. Our enrollment department is the only people that knock on your door, right? And the person that knocks on your door should be able to get you help if you need it. So that's the thinking there. And then finally, telehealth. It's the direction of healthcare. Two prongs here. Number one, telehealth for students. We're currently forming a committee to evaluate appropriate telehealth resources for students to provide counseling either during the school day or outside of school, but more importantly for our staff. Now, what's really interesting, because I'm learning about this right now, we're in the process of talking to our healthcare brokers and existing providers. I wish I knew some of this stuff. Right now, as an Edison employee, you actually have 24/7 access to a nurse. There's a nurse line. This information is also on our website. I wish I knew this. It would have saved me a bunch of trips to the emergency room. I have 2 little boys. Second, if you need a higher level of clinical care, we already have a portal that you can log on to and perhaps, if it calls for it, be prescribed medication or, again, get a higher level of clinical care, both mental health and physical health. But what we're trying to do here, which is really exciting, is create seamless access to a telehealth environment for all of our staff members. And what I'm learning is that the resistance typically is on the provider side, based on reimbursements. Not too many general practitioners really want to engage in this because the juice isn't worth the squeeze financially. But given the size of our organization and given our unique setup with our health insurance, we can actually make something very, very special happen here. I'll speak only to myself. I get a sinus infection every year, right? And I hate taking a day off work to go to my doctor, so they're going to write me the same prescription and blah, blah, blah. I'd love to do that on my lunch. More importantly, this will give some of our instructional staff time back. And what I mean by that is the person that shows up for work on Tuesday morning with 25 kids in the classroom that got to spend time with their loved ones on Monday night, or do whatever it is that they need to do to monitor and support their own mental health, looks fundamentally different from the person that left work, ran to a doctor's appointment, scrambled to get dinner done, and fell asleep before the day even started, right? So this is a way for us to give our staff time in a lot of ways and provide another option that, again, is completely voluntary. I really do see a light at the end of the tunnel for this. Some of the conversations we've had with local providers and our brokers have been really promising. So more to come on the wellness plan. And there's plenty left to do. So I was cautioned that giving myself 10% at this point might be underselling it a little bit, but I really do want to point back to the dashboard. Dr. Aldarelli is a pretty smart guy, and right now he's got a bunch of central office administrators with their names on plans and a public dashboard associated with a percentage. I feel like like my 4th grade science project is due at the end of the month. So anybody in the community can go out and take a look at this and see where we're going in terms of the plan, but Dr. A, I know you plan to speak a little bit more on the dashboard at the end of this, and just appreciate the time. I know you guys have business to conduct, so thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tuhi and Mr. Rick Cohen, for putting everything together. Wonderful job, and this speaks about our commitment to the strategic planning, the whole initiative that Dr. Aldarelli had started last year and completed this year. So good job, Dr. Aldarelli, and your whole administration team. That being said, we don't have much today. It's a light agenda. We had a meeting last week, and we have a very good Thanksgiving break coming up. So I'm wishing everyone a very happy Thanksgiving break. The best part of today was we had 2 ribbon cuttings at our Woodrow Wilson Middle School gym and Success Academy. So both are, again, our commitment to investing in the infrastructure and the facilities for benefit of the students. So very proud of all the achievements that we have as a district. And thank you to everyone who were involved, Mr. Kolibas and Mr. Todd and everyone in the team. Thank you. Right, that being said, I will pass on to Dr. Aldarelli.
Thank you, Board President Patel. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Board of Education. I just want to begin by, thanking Dr. Tui for the presentation. It is our commitment here as an administrative team and as an organization to report out on the strategic plan at every single board meeting to make sure that it is first and foremost in our minds as we move forward towards United Vision at 2030. So thank you so much. And wellness is, all great organizations have employee programs that focus on wellness, right? In relationship to staff efficacy, feeling great about your jobs, providing necessary professional development and training in order to be successful. Because at the end of the day, if our staff is performing in tip-top shape, then so will our students. So I thank you so much, Dr. Tui and Ms. Gaussman, for your leadership in relationship to this, as well as all of the members of your committee that are supporting this endeavor. And that kind of segues into our dashboard. I'm going to have Ms. Daniel kind of help me out in relationship with this. If you look up on our screen currently right now, we have a live dashboard that can monitor and measure our progress towards our strategic plan with each individual goal and indicator as well. And listen, our purpose for this is twofold. Number one, it's to provide accountability and transparency as to how we, as an organization, are operating towards the collective goals that we set over the course of the last year. And it's also to make sure that you're informed of our decision-making processes, to keep us accountable to the commitment that we made to this community and to our students as we go through each of those 5 pillars. And there are a bunch of milestones here, as well as key performance indicators that will monitor our ongoing process. And as you can see where Ms. Daniel flips through those pieces, you'll be able to kind of view some of the components that we've actually made a lot of headway with within particular areas, and others that are at its infancy right now. So I'm happy that we have this. It's something that we can look at all the time. Our website is fully and totally redesigned right now. We are making it one-stop shopping for everything. So greatly appreciated to not only the members that are uploading data to the dashboard, but for Ms. Daniel to kind of spearheading these pieces as well. And we're going to stick with the theme of the website as well too, because amidst all of the great things that we're doing in wellness, we're also doing a lot of stuff in relationship to school expansion and improvement. Also, we just had 2 ribbon-cutting ceremonies just now at our Woodrow Wilson Middle School, as well as our Edison Success Academy. They were wonderful events, just a celebration of the commitment and the vision that this board and previous boards have put together in relationship to addressing overcrowding, to improving the spaces that our students and staff occupy, and in order to keep the public apprised to the status, not only from an individual school basis in relationship to where they are based off of our long-range facilities plan, but some images too, because the pictures will provide a great visual to all the hard work that our Buildings and Grounds Department has done in concert with our building leadership as well too. So as you can see right there, we have Herbert Hoover, who just had an unbelievable expansion. Their gym is absolutely beautiful. We did a tour of that. We did a ribbon cutting a couple weeks ago in relationship to that. As you kind of scroll down too, I think we have. I can't see that school. That's Thomas Jefferson right there. Just a beautiful, beautiful space. We're looking at the hallway out there where students will be able to sit, review work, charge a laptop, as well as an unbelievable gym and office area there too. Just the entranceway to that school really transformed the appearance. So anybody that wants to monitor the progress, this is up, this is live. It will be updated as we move forward. It will tell you where you are in relationship to expansion progress too. So if your school hasn't been completed, it could tell you where it is in the process, right? It could be in, document design. It could be in architectural plans. It could be in the infancy phases of development as well too. So I encourage you to visit the site, click on any school or location, because we're really proud of what's going on here in Edison Township. And last but not least, in keeping with the website theme, right, because we're extremely proud of it, we also wanted to, and it's also a Board of Education resolution agenda item tonight. Our district has gone through the QSAC process, which is basically the accountability process in which the state will monitor your areas of, fiscal accountability, personnel, finance and facilities, curriculum and instruction, all of those pieces. I'm pleased to say that Edison Township has passed all of those particular areas with the help of our chief academic officers, our assistant superintendents, our curriculum supervisors, our teachers, our building level administration. Everybody that's involved has provided documentation to support the great work that we do here in Edison Township. Much like we tell our students, though, too, is that there's always room for improvement in relationship to this, right? Scores of 87 or 85, we'd like to see get a little bit higher. We got really good critical feedback from our monitoring program here at the county level, and the next time we're monitored, I can assure you that those scores will be higher than they currently are. But again, they're passing. We're proud of that, and I thank everybody that was involved in that process. And last but not least, as we come upon the season of thanks, I wanted to extend on behalf of the Board of Education a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you have a wonderful time, have some time to enjoy this with family and friends and loved ones. Relax and rejoice, and get ready for the holiday season. So that concludes my report for today, Board President Patel.
Great, thank you, Dr. Aldarelli. And the website is really promising. It has pretty much all the information that the parents are seeking right now. Everything is in there at the school level, at the district level, and I don't see anything missing out, except I got a question last week from a parent where they say there is a bear spotted near Stephenville Parkway. So can the school, what are the protocols about school closing early? Sorry, we don't track the bear and we don't capture such information on the website, which is, other than that, really, if a parent goes to the website, it's all the information, including the context of the school, the security, everything. So there is an app out there. Ms. Daniel did a great job with the app and the website. There is AI feature in the website. There is thought exchange for the survey, providing input, providing feedback. So we encourage every resident to take a look at it. And the administration has spent a lot of time and efforts to put such a wonderful website together, and let's make the most out of it. Thank you. So I'll now pass it on to our student representatives from EHS, Mr. Derek Dudek.
Hey everyone. Over the past few weeks, there hasn't been as much going on with the student council as there was leading up to homecoming. However, we did just host our annual volleyball for charity event. We had 14 teams sign up with around 100 total participants, on top of many others who just came out to watch. So I think it's safe to say that the event was a success with lots of money raised. And what was a total shock, the team made up of most of the boys' varsity volleyball team's starting lineup won the tournament without losing a game. And in other news, fall sports have just about come to a close with banquets and varsity sports night coming up, as well as tryouts for sports like basketball and bowling being right around the corner. And overall, we saw lots of success this fall across all of our sports teams. The girls' tennis team finished 13-5, the girls' volleyball team finished with a record of 15-10, and the girls' soccer team started the season winless throughout 13 games after losing some key seniors from last year. However, they finished very strong by winning 6 out of the last 9 games. And the football team similarly started slow, going 1-3 to start the year, but turned it around in a big way, going 4-2 the rest of the way and returning to the playoffs for the first time since winning a state championship in 2022. And coming up soon, we'll have an event for Battle of the Classes, as well as hallway decorating for the holidays in a few weeks. And I look forward to more Edison sports success this upcoming winter season.
Thank you. From J.P. Stevens High School, Ms. Sanvi Budigam.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sanvi Budigam, and I am one of the 2 presidents of Student Council at John P. Stevens High School, and I'm excited to share updates on our school. Last week, the J.P. Stevens Theater Company hosted their fall play, Much Ado About Nothing, right here in the Edison High School auditorium. It was a hilarious performance full of witty dialogue and clever misunderstandings that kept the audience entertained from start to finish. The cast brought their characters to life with remarkable energy, the crew beautifully ran the technicalities of the show, and our theater teacher, Miss Young, did a fantastic job. Also last week, our vice principal, Mr. Robinson, hosted a Field of Flags ceremony for Veterans Day in honor of those who served our country. The event had a large showing with our school's marching band performing, a flag hosting ceremony, and an inspirational speech. In terms of athletics, all of our fall sports have finished and have their end-of-season banquets. A notable achievement is girls volleyball, who made it to both states quarterfinals and county semifinals with a record of 21-8, being the second highest record in program history. We are excited for our winter sports, including boys and girls basketball, who were division champions last year, wrestling, cheer, bowling, hockey, and swimming. We can't wait to see them crush it on the court and wish them the best of luck for their seasons. Lastly, the Student Council is very excited to host homecoming this Friday. Our executive board has poured hours into planning, decorating, and setting up for this event, and so far it's looking beautiful. We are very excited for this event, and we will be able to provide more updates at the next Board of Education meeting. Thank you so much for your time, and Hawks fly high.
Thank you very much. Next is, we have public comments for resolutions only. Any public comments for resolutions? Saying none, motion to end public comments for resolutions.
Motion.
Mr. Romano, Mr. Snyder, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public comments for resolutions has ended. We'll now get a motion to approve personal report.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Romano,
Second.
Mr. Vishal Patel. Roll call, Mr. Toth.
Ms. Anjana Patel.
Yeah.
Was that a yes or no? I couldn't hear.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
She said yes.
Mr. Vishal Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera. Mr. Schneider.
Yes.
Ms. White.
Yes.
Ms. Peng.
Yes.
Vice President Romano.
Yes.
President Patel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next is motion to approve administration, curriculum, and instruction and pupil special services report.
Motion. Second.
Roll call, Mr. Toth.
Ms. Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Vishal Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Schneider.
Yes.
Ms. White.
Yes.
Ms. Peng.
Yes.
Vice President Romano.
Yes.
President Patel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next is motion to approve finance report. I'll do a motion.
Motion to approve finance.
Mr. Romano. Roll call, Mr. Toth.
Ms. Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Vishal Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Rivera. Mr. Schneider.
Yes.
Ms. White.
Yes.
Ms. Peng.
Yes.
Vice President Romano.
Yes.
President Patel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we have committee reports. We had one committee meeting this month. Curriculum, Technology, and Student Achievement Committee. That was yesterday. In attendance were myself, Mr. Lugo, Dr. Aldarali, Mr. Cohen, Ms. Christine. It was an hour meeting. Before a few minutes, I declared that the website is amazing. All the information is on the website. So that being said, this whole report, which is 5 pages over here, is also on the website, is on the agenda. I'm not a fan of boring anyone with long reports, and which makes people sleepy in the audience, to consider everyone's time and to be respectful of everyone's time. For those who are here and those who are at home, I will skip reading the report. It's all on the website, and please feel free to reach out to Dr. Aldarali if anyone has any questions. I'll spare some time and give you all your precious minutes back. So that ends our committee reports.
Hold on.
All right. The next is board member comments. Any board member comments? Yes, Ms. Peng.
Something quick. So as the board liaison to JPS PTSO, I'm just happy to share the Thanksgiving fundraising event at Summary Bakery. So from now through November 25th, just visit Summary Bakery in Wick Plaza and mention JPS PTSO. At checkout, 10% of your purchase is going to go directly to support the PTSO. Just want to take this opportunity to recognize the JPS PTSO for their contribution to our schools. Their hard work has built a strong sense of community and giving important support to our students. Each year, they award scholarship to 50 students to assist their high school life and prepare for college. So a special thanks to our JPS PTSO President Mansi Matur, along with the former and the current PTSO leadership team, just for their volunteers and dedication. That's all, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Any other board member comments? Saying none?
Just like
Yes,
to
Ms. Peng.
take this opportunity to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it with your families. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Right, no more board member comments. So we'll now open it up to public comments. We welcome public comments here, public participation. You could not be here and watching TV at home, a football game or a basketball game, and having fun, and especially too close to the Thanksgiving, you could have done better things, but you came here. We appreciate. We don't worry about the props or anything at all here. I really believe in democracy, because public comments is all about democracy and free speech. So it's all good over here. You're all welcome. And we encourage and appreciate everyone who comes here, because someone comes at our doorstep, that's a guest, and we treat them with highest dignity and respect. That's what I believe in. Right? So welcome everyone to the public comment section over here. Let's see who wants to go first. Ms. Conway.
Elizabeth Conway, 20 Netherwood Circle. I don't even need permission to speak here either. I just wanted to let you know. You usually need permission at other places. But anyway, I just want to make two comments, and both are actually positive, that I was enabled to go to Woodrow Wilson today to see the addition, which was fabulous. And it's going to make a very big difference in the spread out of physical education and many other items that can go on in the school. And seeing the Edison Success Academy, seeing what it was before and what it is now is a complete turnaround, and I'm just so impressed of what it is now and where the forethought of where it's going will be. So it was very good. The second thing was, I appreciate that I have to now go online to find out about everything going on in the district. It'll allow me to do it at my ease, but I appreciate seeing that. The third thing, Mr. Patel, I really wouldn't mind you talking about your committee minutes, but it should be minutes. It shouldn't be a 5-page item, so you can talk about it, because some people, even though you think computers are fun, they're not everybody's best friend. So if you talk about the general items, I don't think people would fall asleep, to be honest with you. And on another topic, I am a member of the Edison Human Relations Commission in town, and our purpose, or one of our purposes, is to address any concerns that are in the township from any of the residents. And at the Halloween trunk or treat that we attended, a number of residents had come and questioned what was going on at the Board of Ed. And someone turned around and said, "You're always there, so could you tell us, we see you on TV, what's going on?" So I tried to explain what was going on. I said, but I really don't know the facts. We would like to have someone literally tell us the facts regarding that policy. And when I picked up the phone and made a phone call, I truly appreciate that Dr. Aldarelli is going to come and speak to our commission on December 3rd. And if anybody has questions or concerns, we're not talking opinion, we're talking facts of the policy. So I truly appreciate and looking forward to you attending at the municipal building on December 3rd at 7:15. I had to put that in. Thank you very much, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Thank you. Next, public comments. Yes, Ms. Brodowski.
Carol Badowski, 39 Jonathan Drive. I'd like to thank the Board of Ed and everyone that worked on the Success Academy and inviting us in to see it. This was like the biggest gift someone could give me. Now, I listened to what Dr. Tui was saying, and I happen to know some of his former students from years ago, and he has great ideas and great things, but it took a lot of people working together to make this something that every district should strive to have. And it was just mind-blowing how wonderful. We'd ask a question, and yes, well, we're doing this. And we'd ask another question, well, yes, we have this. And that was just great for one often ignored segment of the population to have such a special place to learn and grow that they really need, and professionals who are experienced and caring. So thank you for that. I consider that a gift.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Any more public comments? Mr. Mara?
Good evening, Anthony Mara, 5 Coletto Court in Edison. My primary purpose for being here tonight is to let you know that you have not gotten rid of me. I'm here, of course, to speak on Policy 5756. The fact that the board voted to retain this policy is discouraging, but the fact remains this policy is wrong. It should be done away with. And my hope is that the new board members that come in come January will come in with a mindset that this policy needs to be revoked. I commend those who voted to abolish it last time, Ms. Patel, Mr. Patel, and Ms. Shannon Pang. There needs to be some objectivity here. You've heard me and others speak as I do. You've heard the LGBT community. But I've attempted to put in some objectivity. What I mean objectivity is the one who has all authority, the one to whom we will all stand in judgment. His name is God. His name is Jesus Christ. That's not a sin to say that. In fact, he's the one whom we will answer. He said, have you not read that he created them from the beginning, made them male and female? In other words, there's only 2 genders, male and female. He didn't say male, female, and a dozen other genders. Also pointed out that there is hypocrisy in this rule, this policy 5756. I wonder if there's anyone on the board who wants to be kept in the dark about his or her child changing gender. Your son or daughter says to someone in the school system, I'm going to change my gender from boy to girl, girl to boy. And according to this policy, 5756, you're not to be told. I wonder if there's a parent in this whole town or even this whole country who wants to be kept in the dark. But that's what that policy says. That is wrong. That is very wrong. It dishonors mom and dad. The 5th commandment, honor your father and your mother. You're persecuting the girls. They go to the ladies' room and you've got boys who can come in there? No, wrong. So my primary purpose is just to let you know that you're going to see my ugly face time and time again until this policy is abolished. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Mara. I don't believe you have an ugly face. You have a very pretty face. And I really appreciate your efforts, most importantly, your persistent efforts, consistently coming to every single board meeting and trying for some cause that you believe in. And that really goes a long way, and really appreciate everything as a resident. Thank you. Next for public comments. Yes.
Lois Radler, 70 Sagamore Avenue, Edison, New Jersey. I was here September 30th about revising the school calendar to add Christmas and Good Friday. I go on to the Edison website and I have not yet seen it revised. And I'm wondering the status of whether it was voted on, I believe, at the last meeting. So I'm just wondering, and I did email everyone on Sunday, but didn't hear back from anyone. So that's why I'm here. Again, the inclusion of Christmas and Good Friday to me is important. All of the other, we have Diwali and we have Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. I don't want to have to go through all of that again. And I know sometimes Good Friday begins spring break. This year it's in the middle. But last year, we had off in November, and Diwali was the Friday of that break, and yet it still stated Teachers Convention / Veterans Day / Diwali. So Good Friday can be included this year in the spring break. It's at the end, but it's, again, it's important to me and the Christians in this community. And again, I see, again, the logo, We Are One Edison. I feel excluded where I should feel included. Thank you.
Thank you. So, yes, that comment that you and Beth and everyone made was very well, acknowledged. And then that's why we passed a resolution to add that. And I think, Dr. Aldrali, is it added?
Yeah, I think if you check the PDF, Ms. Daniel, if you would mind connecting with Ms. Rutherford just to show her, it should be updated.
Okay. All right.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, yes, Beth.
Beth Talke, 15 Midwood Avenue. I just want to take this time to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and to take time, with your family and friends and loved ones just to reflect and be grateful for what you all do have. And I just wanted to bring to everybody's attention this weekend, I was honored and pleasantly surprised to be able to watch New Jersey Hall of Fame inductees. It was aired this weekend on Channel 9. And I was happy to see that one of our own former teachers who's passed on, Andy DiNicola, was recognized and inducted into New Jersey Hall of Fame, first educator in the state of New Jersey, public school teacher, who was, after his 50 years of phenomenal teaching and a mentor and a role model for thousands of students who passed through J.P. Stevens, and he was also a graduate of Edison High way back when. So if you guys get a chance, I would, I'm sure you can YouTube it and see it. It was the last one. He was recognized by Dave Rosenthal, who's a, musician who was one of his first students back in the day when Andy started teaching here. And also there is a plaque and so forth, because I guess they opened up New Jersey Hall of Fame at American Dream Mall. So one of our own who's dedicated his life to us, and unfortunately he's not here with us, is recognized there. And, kudos to Edison and the good things and the teachers that we have, that even after his passing, his legacy still lives on, and we should be proud of, one of our own. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the great news. Thank you so much for bringing it to our attention. Next for public comments. Yes, Tarendra?
Tarendra Lakankar, 192 Evergreen Road, Edison, New Jersey. I'm a professor, educator, mentor, and work for minority students in New York City. I brought one of the issues 8 months before, and I'm following every month, every meeting, and I want to know what is the status of that mission I'm coming for.
Yes,
And
so
then
thank
hold
you
my
so
rebuttal.
Yeah, so yesterday we had a curriculum meeting, and you saw our email today, right? So Mr. Cohen, this was presented to Dr. Aldrali and Mr. Cohen, and your requirement is to include, remove geometry as a criteria for application. So goal is to just let students apply for the STEM Academy, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, so Dr. Aldrali and Mr. Cohen will be able to meet with you.
Were we on an email today where we were going to schedule a meeting?
Right.
Sure.
Yes.
So we'll schedule that meeting with you.
So the objective is to, why I'm again maybe repeating to no other board members here and who also has sent email previously and not responded, to be inclusive. So why we should eliminate 80% student not even apply. Forget about selecting. Don't worry, don't select if they don't have that talent. But let them apply to the program. And if they success and they pass your assessment test, which may be a question on geometry, that's fine. If they pass the test, let them go to the college. Don't shatter the dream because at 6th grade they did not have pre-algebra, or 7th grade did not have algebra 1, or 8th grade did not have geometry. Kids can learn anytime. And we saw that from kids can become smart any grade. So I want to request all the board members to understand that let's be inclusive. Let's not follow the pre-colonized kind of era where you are geometry only you can come in. Let everybody come together, apply the program, and let's select. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. So also on the agenda, in the committee report, I have put it last night after our curriculum meeting that the committee discussed the concerns brought up by certain residents about not having a requirement for geometry in the application process for getting into STEM program, and recommended the same, so essentially allow all those who did not have geometry to apply for the STEM Academy. Concerns were discussed about the standards of the program, and this will be reviewed further by the Chief Academic Officer, Mr. Cohen, and Superintendent before a final decision is made on how application process will work for the upcoming school year, and if this change criteria can be accommodated. So this was very well discussed. And committee, on top of it, we also discussed option for starting the STEM Academy at J.P. Stevens High School and providing more opportunities to students for STEM courses. And Dr. Aldarelli has some updates about that. It's too early to disclose that right now, but Dr. Aldarelli in the committee promised he is working with the administration, the principal, on exploring that, the STEM Academy at JP. And Mr. Cohen and the team has really encouraged to read this report, and that's why I didn't read the whole thing in its entirety, because it really bores some people who are not into this. But for those who want to get into details of the curriculum, the placement criteria has AP Economics, the Computer Science Pathways and Placement. There is increased freshman enrollment in the EHS STEM. Really kudos to Mr. Cohen and the whole administration for including all those things. And there is an introduction of summer hybrid biology course now that is starting at the STEM Academy, which is for the first time, which is a significant achievement. And there are certain modifications based on the grading for engineering and other courses. So it's really an honors Java curriculum development. All those things are in place as of yesterday. So really very, very big, robust agenda going into the next year's development of the STEM program by the supervisors, by Mr. Cohen and Dr. Aldarelli. Pretty much everything that we can imagine of in terms of STEM is all included in this new curriculum. If we can really also accommodate not having geometry as a requirement for application, then everything is taken care of. It's a huge win for the students, and we really encourage everyone, all the students, to apply. We wish they apply. I wish them all the best, because I can understand and imagine, and this is one of the concerns we discussed yesterday. If for some reason a student did not perform appropriately in a 5th or 6th grade or something happens, we don't want to take away opportunities. We are increasing opportunities, a lot more opportunities than that were before, and every year we keep on increasing, and this year is going to be wonderful for that. So might as well do one more thing, and let's make all the students happy. Thank you.
And just to piggyback on that too, we're also doubling the size of the program too. We're actually we have a plan in place which was presented yesterday to open up. I believe it's 24 spots. We're changing that to 48 spots currently right now with the help of Mr. Ross as well as Mr. Soy in concert with Mr. Cohen too. And listen, in relationship to being inclusive, we want to make sure that I think we pride ourselves on inclusive. I don't think we're exclusive. We do have to have a set of standards and criteria, but there's also things in relationship to the schedule too that are kind of a little bit tricky when you don't have geometry and you're taking an honors chemistry class. But I'll talk about that when we meet as well too. But I think what the crux of that meeting that came out just in the curriculum piece is that we should probably do a better job of informing parents what the criteria is for the STEM Academy, right? At the end of the day, and much like we do in the area that I live, which is in Monmouth County, that has magnet programs too for the specialized areas. They have information sessions for students in grades 6 and 7 to say, listen, you need to have these classes in order to apply for these programs. I think the earlier that we do that, that was actually brought up by one of our committee members, the earlier that we do that, the better it will be, because it'll inform parents of the process and the requirements that we have for these programs too. So your comments did not fall on deaf ears. You got it.
No, absolutely. And I thank you, Dr. O'Reilly, for reminding about that thing, the communications for providing heads up to the students early on. So if a student knows what's coming in 5th grade, that will really help them. And the rationale for increasing the criteria was really to enable more students getting interested in STEM pathways. That's the whole purpose. And there is a foundational knowledge in biology which were crucial. So the hybrid course which we are adding for the summer will really help. And it also combines online modules with the in-person labs and offers the best of both worlds. It provides flexibility for the students and their summer commitments, and the opportunity to develop both theoretical knowledge as well as practical skills essential for the AP biology that is required for the STEM academy. And also there is a year-long engineering program, engineering course right now that will be condensed into a semester long based on the feedback that the academy students provided to the administration. This will allow the students to gain essential engineering knowledge while making room for additional coursework if they were to, such as Java programming course, which is a semester long Java programming course that will be introduced in the freshman year now for the academy. It will lay a foundation for the computer programming and computational thinking. So this course will be very much important for the students and will really help them to develop further studies in computer science, which is a very highly desirable field right now. So a lot more good things. So please read the report and reach out to us if you have any questions. But yes, like Dr. O'Reilly said, your efforts, Mr. Mara, I told him earlier, the efforts never goes in vain. So thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it, Tarendra, for consistent, persistent effort. Really admire everything. Thank you. Any more public comments? Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Shakila Merchant, 248 West Locust Avenue. And of course, I'm a colleague of Dr. Tarendra Lakhankar. And I do want to commend all of you for doing such a wonderful job. As an educator and faculty, this is beyond delightful to know. Too bad my kids graduated from JP Stevens, but I'm so happy as a proud parent of Edison community to see this is happening. And I can see the schools, districts here would be really ranked high when it comes to college readiness for our students. And I'm really excited to see that so much of emphasis has been given to engineering education, computer science. I'm also hoping that AI, ML, ethics beyond AI, ChatGPT is also included, because this is such a big issue in a way, good and bad, good and challenge as well, that we need to really hope that our students understand the ethics beyond this. And it is very important for them as they go to colleges. One thing that I wanted to really, I'm curious to know, to see if our faculties are well equipped to be able to handle these courses, AP courses and all. As a CUNY member, we work with nearly 40 schools in the New York City public school system, and we run a huge high school program. So we know as university members, we adopt our schools. So I was wondering if JP Stevens, Edison High are collaborating or partnering with Rutgers or NJIT, where their faculties can come and teach one of the AP science course or teach one of the AP computer science course. I think that's a value added for our school system as well. I just wanted to, this is a good best practice that has been very successful for us, and I'm hoping that we can adopt something like that. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, thank you. Wonderful idea, and I think that's something that the administration is constantly looking for it to implement that. And everything that is done in the curriculum. So I had asked Mr. Cohen, he has sent a comprehensive list of all the new additions, improvements, and everything. So Ms. Danielle, I will send it to her, and she'll be putting in the upcoming newsletter. So you'll have all the information. And there is a thought exchange. So anything that is missing, just always provide feedback, and we'll have the administration take a look at it. Thank you. Any more public comments? Matt?
Good evening, Matt Revnak, ETA President. First of all, I just want to comment on what was just mentioned. Many of the staff at J.P. Stevens and Edison High actually teach at Rutgers. So they're doing that after school in the evenings or at Middlesex College. So they are very well prepared. Unfortunately, Ms. Talke took a little bit of my thunder with Mr. DiNicola. But I do want to mention, very well deserved. I was a colleague of Mr. DiNicola's for 36 years and obviously a friend. And we always have the same philosophy. As I told my students beginning of the year, you're going to learn a lot of math from me, but it's the other things you're going to walk out of here with, really developing you as a person. And Mr. DiNicola was of the same mindset. He'll tell you, like a lot of music, but I'm developing people, and that's what we do in education. So very well deserved. And I hope the board actually considers, when J.P. Stevens Auditorium is done, perhaps naming it the Andy DiNicola Auditorium. That would be a great tribute to him. He's well deserved. 50 years in a district. By the way, it wasn't mentioned, I know it was a couple years ago. He was also nominated and a finalist. In fact, I understand he came in second when they gave the first Grammy Award for a music teacher. So again, it shows the quality of teacher and person that Andy was. Great friend and great colleague. Rest in peace. Okay, second thing I want to mention, tomorrow is National Educate Support Professionals Day. So that acknowledges all the support professionals, basically all the non-teachers in the school district. These are all the people that make the district run, from our secretaries, our librarians, our library aides and assistants, our paraprofessionals and teacher aides, our security guards, our custodians, people that aren't even members of my group I like to acknowledge, our custodians, our bus drivers, and actually part of education support professionals are our counselors, our CST members, etc. So first of all, I'd like to wish them all a happy National Education Support Professionals Day. The work you do definitely is noticed. And again, these are the people that really make our buildings run. The teachers get a lot of the credit because we're developing the students and, getting them off to the great colleges they go to and everything else. But our buildings wouldn't be the same and wouldn't run effectively if it wasn't for these people. And by the way, that includes the administrative secretaries at central office as well. And finally, the third thing is, as everybody already has said, happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. As most of you know, I'm sure out in the world, busiest travel time of the year. So if you are traveling, please be safe, but enjoy yourself. Have a great holiday. Give thanks to the people around you. Sometimes things are not said that should be said until it's too late. So take the opportunity to say those things to the people you love, and don't spend too much on Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Another reminder for this achievement by Mr. DiNicola. Ms. Daniel, if we can put that in the next newsletter, the state achievement, that would be great. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ross.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good to see a less rambunctious meeting. I'm looking forward to the Thanksgiving holiday, and the Christmas holiday. They say not a creature is stirring, hopefully not even a mouse. But also, I want us to, as we get into this, when you're leaving, take a look at our LLD students made a big turkey, and it's kind of old school, but it's what they put down, what they're grateful for. And the kids asked me, they say, Mr. Ross, we got this awesome electric sign out front. Why don't you put something out there? And so we had a big question, what are you grateful for? And first for me, I'm very happy to be of service to the kids of Edison High. I'm glad to come here every day and try to do my best, support the members of the various unions, including the teachers, meet with the parents, have those difficult conversations, and tell the students every day how they can be better, how they can be what's great about Edison High. But I also want to give you guys an offer. We've got so many events that are going to be coming up at Edison High. We're going to be giving out these little tickets, and after 10 tickets, we'll get you a free sandwich at Tasty Subs, because we're going to have about probably 20 to 25 events from now over till Christmas. Starting off as we go down, and I'm going to jump back and touch on the STEM Academy and Auntie DiNicola, but just wanted to see what are some of the events that are going on at Edison High School? What are some of the things that keep us? National Honor Society induction is going to be on Thursday. On Friday, we have our Dual Lit, which is our Diwali dance sponsored by our Peacock Society. Going into the next week, we're going to have teacher conferences on Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be the choir concert. Friday is going to be the band concert. We'll have conferences in there. We'll come back the next week, and we'll have the Varsity Awards Night. We'll have a Ben Franklin concert. We'll end up coming and having a little Christmas with Santa Claus for the students on the weekend. Washington School will end up having a Christmas dance here. We'll come back and finish up as our season start off with, on December 19th, the annual John Speece Memorial Game. Anybody that knows Edison and knows Edison rec basketball knows John Speece. And the JP and the Edison girls come together every year, try to raise money for cancer awareness. That's going to be on the 19th here at Edison High. Also that night, after you're done with the basketball, we're going to have an orchestra concert in here moving forward. So the days just don't stop. Wrestling starts on the 20th. I know, I see Miss White, our wrestling supporter. I know she'll be there on the 20th. As I believe we're taking on St. Thomas, somebody from, I think they're up there on one of those roads up on North Edison. And then on the 23rd, when we get to come back for a half a day, that's when the boys' basketball is going to start. So there's a ton of things happening. You see Edison High is the place that never closes. And I appreciate everybody coming and looking to expand the STEM Academy. I was happy to hear about and grateful for the movement on the addition to the high school that was spoken about at the caucus meetings. And in terms of the STEM and Auntie DiNicola, one of the things too, and speaking with our, band director who worked closely with Andy, is the concept of STEAM, which is not just STEM, but puts arts in there. Because it's not only, while Java and computer science and all of those things, the one thing I know a robot's not going to do as well is play the saxophone. And so being able to have our students and our best students work together with, our students that might be academically challenged, if we're looking at this, another way to expand the STEM Academy, make it a STEAM Academy, make sure that our kids can get into these arts programs so that they have those more balanced. Because no matter who you are in Edison Township, you're going to have one of the best educations in New Jersey. And we know New Jersey education, as the NJEA always tells us, is some of the best in the country. So that's what I look forward to from everybody. I hope that I see you out. I'll give you your cards the first day. Like I said, you get to 10 events, and we'll be able to get you a free sandwich. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, I'm looking forward for the sandwich. No, thank you so much, Mr. Ross, for all that updates. Seems like a lot of events and a lot of parties after events. Thank you. Any more public comments? All right, saying none, we'll have a motion to end public comments.
Motion to end public comment.
Mr. Romano?
Second.
And Mr. Vishal Patel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right. Wishing everyone a very, very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all next month.
Motion to
adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Meeting is adjourned.